yes, here we go. I've just stuck all the batter into the cake tin, and yeah, you can just get like either a wooden spoon or a spatula or whatever you have on hand, and just make sure it's nice and even. And yeah, I'll just quickly do a quick wipe up of. Good morning and welcome to Home and Beyond again. I hope you've all had a great day or night wherever you are in the world. And yes, today's video will just be of a much loved series that I love to do, of a Bake With Me series. And this will be something different that I've never tried before. So yeah, I'm definitely keen to try it and I'm excited for when it comes out of the oven. And yes, as you can tell just before, I've just preheated the oven to 180 degrees Celsius or Fahrenheit. Well, you just, if you're living in a country that does Fahrenheit, you just have to do it accordingly and you'll be fine. But yeah, today I'll be doing something different of some cinnamon and peach bread. So it's different. I'm very excited to look forward to it. And yeah, nice and simple ingredients, and we'll just go through them now. Just some bicarb soda, some cinnamon. The recipe does call for vanilla extract, but I don't have any on hand, but I have vanilla essence, so I'm sure it'll work out fine, and you just do what you can do. And yes, just some fast-acting baking soda. The recipe also calls for soft butter, but I've got margarine on hand, so I'll just use what I have on hand so I don't have to go to the shop all the time. But yeah, we've got that and I'm sure it'll be fine. And just some milk, some peaches for obviously the bread, and the recipe itself called for 2 ripe peaches, but then I do have, because since they're not on season here at the moment, and they will taste a bit strange, especially if you try and eat some when they're not on season, but usually around summertime here is when they'll be perfect. But yeah, I had some peaches in the tin, or as you can tell in the container here. So you just chop them up and I'm sure it'll be absolutely fine. So you do what you can do. If you can get fresh peaches, great. And if you can't, just honestly, the container or the tin peaches will be absolutely fine. So yeah, we've got that. Just the flour. And yes, this is just some brown sugar that I'll be using as well. And I'll just be getting my loaf tin and I'll be greasing it and putting some flour over it just to make sure it's a good non-stick option, and definitely because that's a little idea that I did use from growing up with my grandparents, and I know that the loaf will come out easily just by using a bit of oil plus flour, and it comes out so much easier, which is always great. So you know it definitely won't burn, and you can always cool it once it's done, and it is great. And yes, hi again, it's me, and I'll just give you a quick look of the wet ingredients that I'm starting to add in before the milk and all the dry ingredients. What I have in here is at least 1/3 cup of the softened butter or margarine, whatever you have on hand, 1/2 cup of either white granulated sugar or brown sugar that I've used because this is what I had on hand, and 2 eggs. So yeah, I'll quickly either beat those and mix them together to make sure they're combined, and yeah, we'll just go from there. And hi, as you can see this here, I've now just added in a few more ingredients. So yes, I've added in the 1/3 cup of milk, the teaspoon of vanilla essence, and I've also just added in the the peaches in, and yeah, we'll just give that a good mix and just mush the butter it down a bit more, and yeah, we'll be all fine. And then once we're done with this, we'll just add in the dry ingredients. And yes, I've just added in the dry ingredients, which that would make to 1.5 cups of the flour, a teaspoon of baking powder, a teaspoon of bicarb soda, yes, and about a teaspoon or so, whatever your preference is, of cinnamon, because I just love the taste of cinnamon. And yes, and it's pretty much from there, and just either 1/2 teaspoon of salt or just a splash of salt and you'll be fine. So yeah, and I've just mixed those together, and yeah, just the next step after that will just pretty much be again greasing my loaf tin as I've just done. And even though I do find that it is non-stick, I do find that even when you cook something always gets stuck. So yeah, as I said before, you just put in some canola spray, and I've just dashed it with a bit of flour because this is a bit old school, but at least you know it's going to, the food's still going to cook fine and it's going to come out easily. So yep, and yeah, that's pretty much it for that. And yeah, I'll just be sticking it in the batter into the cake loaf and we'll go from there. And yes, here we go. I've just stuck all the batter into the cake tin, and yeah, you can just get like either a wooden spoon or a spatula or whatever you have on hand and just make sure it's nice and even. And yeah, I'll just quickly do a quick wipe up of the little bits that obviously came on the side. And yes, what we will do is just stick it in the oven from about 45 to 50 minutes, or according to what it says on the recipe, but since my oven's a bit different, you just kind of go from there. And yep, you just stick it in the oven on 180 degrees or in Fahrenheit, wherever in the world you are. And yes, and then when you know it's ready is when you'll stick either a toothpick or a knife or a fork in there, and if it comes out clean, then you'll be 100% fine. Yep, and so here we go. I'll just quickly stick it in the oven. And yes, here we go. The loaf has just come out of the oven. And as you can tell, little Emmett is just on the side putting in his little comments, which is always beautiful. So yeah, I'll probably just leave it for about 5-10 minutes just so it'll completely cool down. I've just stuck a knife into the loaf, and it's come out clear, so we're all good. So yep, just leave it for about, as I said, 5-10 minutes, and then that's when I'll kind of bring it out of the this itself, and yeah, and then that's when I'll cut it open. We'll get to see the inside. So yeah, we'll see you then. Hi everyone again. Emma is talking in the background, so he always loves to talk. It's so cute. And yeah, anyways, yeah, this is the final product. It's been resting for about 10 minutes. Just wanted to make sure it was at room temperature so I wouldn't burn myself. And yep, decided to cut it open so you would see what it looked like. It looks so wholesome and very nice. So I'm very, very happy the way it's turned out. And sometimes I do have quite a bit of an older oven, so I just have to obviously check it a lot and be careful with it. And yeah, it still turned out fine, so I'm happy with that. And all nice and peachy, and I'm definitely looking forward to it. And yeah, as a topping on the recipe, I'll just stick it in the description box. So yeah, you can either add a glaze on it, which is just a bit of, again, butter and sugar, or just making a liquid syrup, whatever you prefer. But yeah, again, that recipe of the icing is in the, yes, I'll put it in the description box. But yeah, you can either add have it as is, stick some butter or margarine on it and have it nice and melty as a snack or a breakfast or whatever you prefer, or you can add some icing on the top as well. So maybe later on, or for future recipes, I can always also add some of my cream cheese frosting. That's also a good idea as well. So it's just also what you like. And yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and if you enjoy lifestyle and videos like this, yeah, just click on the subscribe button and just not miss any more videos. Yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed the video, and we'll see you in the next one. Have a good one. Bye.